Good evening. This is the City of Athens Shade Tree Commission meeting of March 10th, 2011. We have no tree permit or right-of-way issues, neither do we have any landscape ordinance issues, so we'll start with the report by Assistant Service Safety Director Ron Lucas.
I have not finished up the AEP franchise agreement renewal language at this point, but I did have a conversation with Steve Stanley from AEP regarding line clearance in the city for 2011, and he did send me a list of street trees that were going to be maintained, and I actually had a meeting set up with Brian Benz from Asplund, who is their job foreman. Unfortunately, a major circuit in Nelsonville is giving them a bunch of trouble, so they are reallocating all of their Asplund resources to that circuit. So they aren't going to do our clearance until a lot later, possibly 2012. What that means is we could see some problems. That we're on a 3-year cycle with all the different circuits in the city, and if they get too overgrown, we could see some outages. Not certain, but could. And if that's the case, I can always call AEP and let them know that we need a special clearance or something like that to take care of any problems that come up. So at this point, there is not any scheduled work from Asplund in the city. Would this be an appropriate time to speak about Arbor Day, Alvy?
Well, I've got one question about the AEP agreement.
Oh, okay.
There's been some mention of maybe of the length of this agreement and as to how appropriate a 25-year agreement would be as opposed to a 5 or a 10. Has there been any further discussion on the length of the agreement at all?
There is not.
Okay.
But I'll make a note of that.
Okay. Alvy.
Yes, okay. The Arbor Day celebration, which is Friday, April 29th, now has a time frame. Thanks to a good suggestion of having East Elementary School students involved, we have a window of opportunity for having the kids walk from East Elementary to the site where the celebration will be on East State Street at 117 East State Street. So it's going to be April 29th, that Friday between 1 and 2 p.m. And Ron is working with Theta Chi on arranging the event. The Theta Chi's are giving us the use of their front yard for that event. And I really don't know how many East Elementary students there'll be, but probably just a little class. It'll be the younger ones. All the older kids are having tests of some sort that day, so we will be getting little East Elementary people. Let's see. We also are inviting everybody who is a neighbor in that East State Street area from Carpenter Stimson to Morris Avenue, and there are houses on the east and the west side of the street which are going to be getting city trees either in the tree lawn in front. In the case of Theta Chi, they have a very long tree lawn. They have 3 trees in that tree lawn. And on the other side of the street, the west side of the street, there are 4 houses with rights of way, and they'll each be getting trees, but columnar ones in 3 cases, and a wider one in another case. And we're making a special effort to invite and notify those people about their trees with an Arbor Day invitation. There's a draft here of the invitation, and I guess that's about it. I'm offering my name and phone number as a contact point for people who are being invited.
Any questions for Alvy about the Arbor Day arrangements?
We need a city dignitary.
Well, we usually get a proclamation from the mayor.
The mayor. Will the mayor come?
And if the mayor can be there, it would be useful.
That would be wonderful.
I will attempt to arrange that, yeah.
Okay.
And government channel, perhaps?
And get the Athens Messengers to send their photographer.
Yes.
So,
Wahoo.
government channel will be there. So we want this celebration videoed and shown on the web and maybe possibly streamlined, I'm sorry, on TV and maybe possibly streamlined on the web.
That would
Is
be wonderful, yes.
Okay. And we need to arrange the media to be there as well. Okay. As far as the finishing up of the fall planning, I did contact Mason Chambers from Five Springs Farm, and he has assured me that trees will be, the trees are in, and they will be planted as soon as he gets a good day to do that. So I unfortunately can't pull up the email right now because of my email's locked up, but I'll include it in the minutes. So, and the trees in front of 117 East State and other areas in front of 117 East State, I'm sorry, on East State Street, and as well as Bicentennial Park are all scheduled to go in this spring.
Is that the end of your report?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I have nothing to report on the Emerald Ash Borer survey at the moment. Is there any other item the commissioners want to discuss or raise?
I know Bonner notified us of the,
You're right.
Tree City,
Was that April 20th?
Wednesday, April 20th in Shawnee.
that's right, it's in Shawnee, I remember that.
Yeah. Okay. So if people are interested in that, they should contact Ann Bonner at ODNR. Anything else?
I do have a comment, and I should have said this when we were talking about AEP, but I didn't think about it. Their policy in the city is to clear, under the heavy lines, is to clear all the underbrush as well as larger trees.
No, they typically will clear 10 feet below, 10 feet above, and 4 feet either side, allowing for growth of whatever tree over, sounds like a 3-year period. So they would cut back 3 years worth of growth beyond that 10-foot zone underneath. So they wouldn't normally, unless
specific
they...
location where I had a discussion with AEP about this. It's the stairs that go near my house that go down towards Grosvenor. And last time they just cleared all the underbrush, which wasn't a big issue, but there are some, I guess now they're probably 3-year-old redbuds that are maybe 10 to 15 feet tall or so that they're planning to take out again. And they are under the lines, but I wouldn't anticipate they'd be tall enough to interfere with the power lines when they're full grown even.
Yeah.
They seem to have a policy of cutting everything out
Right.
in undeveloped wooded areas.
And I guess this is sort of between streets, so that might be why.
And that seems to include things like redbud and dogwood.
And so I guess this is more for you, Ron, to, when you meet with them, ask if it's possible to leave some of those more, ornamental trees that are not going to grow to any height that would interfere with the lines, especially near public steps and places where people walk pretty regularly.
Do you think there's any hope that they might be able to identify species and therefore know which ones would have a small stature at maturity?
They do have that capability. I'm not sure how much they take that into consideration.
Could we
I'm not
just
sure.
I think
that'd be
tag
something
these
that
for-
we can discuss.
Yeah, I think we need to think about that in the context of the ANSI standard, that we should check and see if that includes species identification in with the pruning, because it strikes me as a little bit strange that somebody who's qualified to prune stuff like that wouldn't know what they were doing,
I mean, that's-
or what trees that they were pruning.
The very kind of trees that they promote our planting underlines.
Yes.
So
I think they even had some sort of nursery stock of smart trees, as they were called, by AEP, that were all the short trees, redbuds, and so forth.
Yeah, I thought about clearing around them and mulching them and seeing if maybe that would would help, but
be a signal.
Plastic cage.
Now, that does sound like a candidate for when Ron does go through with them, trying to identify those as trees that should be left behind.
That's fair for you to go
And-
there.
yeah.
I have another example
That's
of
probably
that.
something, I'm sorry, that's probably something that is a possibility on the other stairways as well.
Right, yeah, I don't mean specific for that property,
But
but
I'm just-
in
yeah,
general in the city where there are lines that are being cleared, if they have good things growing underneath them, then it helps keep away the stuff that becomes a hazard, too.
Might be something that we can propose in the renewal.
Yeah.
I have another example of that. A friend who had a wooded area behind her house, which was the right-of-way, and it had young dogwoods and redbuds, and they came through and clear-cut the whole area. And although it was woods, it was adjoining property, and it was an area where neighbors would enjoy seeing those trees.
Did it happen to be a main transmission?
I think so.
Yeah, they do tend to do that with their mains. What do they do, the 40-foot swath? I think they actually spray it.
Well, that would be the only reason I can see for them clearing it, is to maintain access for their equipment. But I think in some areas they wouldn't need to do that.
That's very steep terrain. I
Yeah.
don't know what kind of equipment other than a mule.
Yeah.
All good things to bring up. Thank you.
Anything else for us this evening? Okay, we've got our minutes from the last meeting. You've had a chance to have a look over them. Are there any corrections we need to make? If not, I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes of February 10th.
So moved.
A second.
Okay, thank you. Any objections to approving the minutes of February the 10th? Hearing none, they are approved. In that case, we are adjourned. Thank you.